Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to the Q.U.B.E. Director's Cut. So let's see, where are we? I believe we broke this wall by creating battering rams. It seems like this is the third puzzle in which we've done that. Still clipping totally through those objects and really only spherical objects, but that's weird because sometimes these will run away from you, and that also seems to, like, this one seems to be programmed in a way where it will just kind of not go anywhere near you. Feels like I should be learning something from this. But I'm not sure that there really is anything to learn here. That yes, these are blocking my way. I don't think I can get any further. Yeah, a lot of places I can jump up, but it doesn't seem to matter. And clearly this is something I can touch, so when it's broken I can touch it, but when it's working, or at least partially working, I clip through it. Which I guess might be an argument that this is all fake, not real at all, and some like Matrix style virtual reality. Or it could just be that this is a director's cut of a student project and they are just very inconsistent on how their physics was designed. I would like to kind of be done with these spheres. I think they matter storyline wise, but if I just run into another sphere I have to orient in the direction to turn into a wrecking ball to get to another area. I'm gonna be a little disappointed in that. Do these patterns mean anything? Probably not. Things are broken up more and more. Storyline wise, we are either supposed to have faith and listen to the female voice and believe we're in space, and us solving puzzles at the very beginning has caused this spaceship cube that we're allegedly in to fall to pieces, to the point now that we're seeing all these broken pieces. Or we're supposed to not have faith and instead have faith again and in the man's voice and believe that we are being tested in an underground laboratory built by humans. We have no idea what time frame any of this is taking place in, so it could be thousands of years in the future compared to like 2019. Although, in all fairness, I think you could pretty much build this facility if you had infinite money of like a government to right about now. So collapse blocks our way. I'm assuming that the original version of this game still would have all these broken sections and things stopping us. It probably just doesn't have the audio content, which then I guess you'd be kind of left with just believing or figuring out what's going on by yourself. This is new. We have a glowing spinning cube, which that speaks to more alien technology or being in space, but gravity seems to still exist. And then this is a red cube that we could extend maybe at some point, but I don't even think that's really what we're supposed to do. I think what they're introducing here is a new concept of red cubes and yellow hologram cubes that are designed to be used to send the signal. Alright, so well, here's the problem with this. I've now got an orange color. Am I supposed to be hitting this with orange? I guess I was. That looks more reddish to me than orange, but whatever. Maybe it doesn't matter. There's not really a way this could have been solved any other way. But that's nice. We're getting into a variety of different puzzles. Since we're kind of late in the game at this point, I think we're approaching the end. It probably wouldn't have been a bad idea for them to mix up the puzzles a little bit more. So had that puzzle been introduced a long time ago, that would have probably been helpful. So apparently this was a platform to raise it up just for ease of use. And at this level, it's kind of hard to work with everything. So is this supposed to be pure black? Let's just send this all the way around. Oh, what I'd like to see too is, I guess these only have a couple different directions they go, and they're not laser puzzles that have mirrors on both sides. So, or do they? Maybe they do. This is a pretty basic laser puzzle system they've got going here. Interesting. That's not gonna work. I've certainly seen a lot of games on Steam that do just this kind of laser puzzles and nothing else. So there might be something of interest to be said here. Okay. So now that the purple has been lit up, we needed to light up another purple, I guess, and that just opened the door. So we weren't doing anything with yellow, and there's nothing else it seems that you can do with any of this. So what I want to do is fall back this way and just see if there's anything under that, or fall back this way and then see if we can crawl under there. It seems like it had an invisible wall. Did we get stopped? Yeah, we got blocked, so there's only forward. The thing here is you need some actual, maybe empirical is the wrong word, but evidence that would one way prove one theory and one way disprove the other theory about where you are and what's happening. And until you have that evidence, you might as well just move forward. Like, I'm in a place. I want to not be in this place because this place is devoid of bathrooms and water and food and comfortable places to sleep, which I assume as a human are some basic needs I need to have satiated. So knowing that much, we're trying to escape. Whether we're in space and escaping means we accidentally eject ourselves out into the void of space, which I suppose is a pretty good possibility. So if we're making orange again, which is what I suspect we're doing, this is probably not the right way. Interesting. This one has like 2 turns, and then this one has 2 turns. But that doesn't really do anything for you. These could be bigger, just for easier guaranteed hitting of the actual switch instead of potentially missing. Still a lot of things here that feel like you should be able to jump up and find something, you know? And of course, because this was a student project, I can't fully expect them to have like invented some pickup collectibles like coins or something. But if this was regular game development, that's exactly what I would have expected, is that every place where you could jump up, there should be a note, a coin, some points, something more than an achievement that I wouldn't see, because it's kind of funny that's solid, because I don't have the Steam overlay enabled. Right. How does one get green? You don't. We have yellow and blue. Oh, yellow and blue gives you green, I guess. Yeah, that seems wrong. So we send that to a blue, we send that to a green, we send that this way, and then back this way, then back this way, and then back this way. I don't feel like yellow and blue. I'm too used to the computer color wheel, the red, green, blue, compared to the paints color wheel, which is, I suppose, not red, green, and blue. It's so I get the two confused. Very twisty, very spirally. That seems more artistic than accidental.
Fingers crossed you're getting this. Look, I have some bad news. That link up with your wife, it doesn't look like it's going to be possible. But hey, you're almost on the home stretch anyway. You'll get to see her soon. By the way, I noticed some kind of interference on your signal frequency. It's probably just a wave of radiation passing by the cube. I'll look into it. Everything you're doing is great. Keep doing it.
It's inconsistent to promise to connect me to speaking to my wife and then take it away. Unless your goal is to see how I react to something like that. Although, how can I react? All I can do in this game is go forward. Unless there is a way to win this game by just putting the controller down and waiting 5 minutes. Which has happened in a few games as a joke ending, but nobody takes that as a serious way to present a video game story. She very well could have just continued to promise, even in any scenario, even if she was honestly just trying to get that link up to work, she could have said, well, the link ups, we're having trouble getting the link up to work, but we're still working on it. We'll get it to you, we promise. The idea of having faith, or trying to get people to have faith, seems like you would just continue to promise and continue to promise, continue to promise. They haven't made the big religious promise yet. They haven't said you're going to heaven, you're going to be forever in a place of bliss, or they haven't even said you're going to be too much of a hero, although I guess they didn't make that promise earlier, didn't they? So there's, in that inconsistency, perhaps there's some humanism, that humanistic traits that you would believe maybe she's right, but that has been the twist of the dialogue so far, is that the lady's voice seems to be trying to get you to believe that she is human, which I'm kind of heavily suspicious, and maybe I'm just paranoid, that both voices are either robotic, AI, or alien in totality, and they're both trying to manipulate you to see which system would best be used to manipulate the human species. And the other question about that is, she said, you're doing great. How does she see my level of progress? Is she just assuming that because she says the outer shells of this spaceship is breaking apart, and so she's just default satisfied? This is interesting, but it doesn't work. This is kind of the Minecraft glass problem, where it's just too hard to see. It would have been really easy for them to put a little cube in each corner of white light. Then that would have made the edges a little bit easier to tell. Also, maybe a line of white light around it too, and then go with the glass for everything else. But this cube is acting like a prism, but it doesn't even have the properties of a prism, in which there's a like 45-degree angle bend there. Instead, it's the light's coming in, lighting up, doing a right angle turn, and then going forward. Is this far enough, or like I don't know how I could get any further. That's just kind of a hard jump. Right, we have a white cube that is floating back and forth. Let's see how we can get over here. This might all just be glass. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, I'm safe anyways. So this is a matter of just... we're just gonna move the red piece around as much as possible. And it just glitched to that point. Okay. And I think we just need this to drop on that cube, and we'll have to reset it if it doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. Seems like I can't hit the red cube to move the white piece. So I'm gonna have to do this. Knock it off. And then do this to move it further. And that just will get in the wrong way. There we go. Did that open a door? I guess maybe it did. I guess I came in from this direction and it opened a door over here. Interesting. I like these puzzles better than the ones we were doing before. Certainly, I think when we get to playing Q.U.B.E 2, you'll start to see that there's a lot more puzzles and a lot more story, and it really tries to be a full experience, kind of in the same way that Portal 1 is a pretty short game. Like, you can beat it in less than 4 or 5 hours, whereas Portal 2 is about 3 times as long, and arguably for the amount of delay there has been for Portal 3, which honestly there just can't be a Portal 3 because too many people would complain about there not being a Half-Life 3. But if that weren't the issue with Valve, you could have taken half of the content out of Portal 2 and added it to a quicker follow-up to the trilogy. I'm personally a big fan of games that are trilogies to just get that third one out, because everybody always feels like the third one is going to be the best one, and the third one is almost always the worst one. So just get the third one out, move on to the fourth one, which is then the soft reboot of the series, and you move into your second trilogy at that point. Mass Effect 3 is a kind of great example of that, but there's a lot of examples of games and game developers always thinking in threes, because you usually do think in threes. The Nintendo, you have to hit the boss 3 times before you defeat him concept. This feels like I could jump on this, but it's kind of just invisible barriered. It just kind of pushes me away. I really feel like I'm running into more walls now than I used to. They probably just found there was a lot of different places you could sneak into. That's not going anywhere. So, like, this is not hitting anything, so unless I'm supposed to break this wall, that light is just for decorative purposes, which I don't like the inconsistency there, but apparently that is the case. Yeah, that just feels rather inconsistent to all of a sudden see all these broken puzzles and see that, oh, actually I can't even do them because the game is the world is so destroyed. See, I don't know if I've just found another secret area that, I mean, I didn't go through a secret doorway, so I kind of assume that this is what we're supposed to do. Okay. I think I screwed up. I don't think that fully reset it though, either. So I need to hit this. When the other thing gets close. Like that. And then I need to push it over at that point. Just get this ready. And then I need to push it over onto this moving platform. They've done kind of a nice job here of integrating moving platforms by having moving cubes. Personally, I would have probably gone with the idea of just having a completely different looking moving platform concept and gotten away from the cube theme, which seems to be getting played a lot. And it really seems like it's getting overplayed. And yeah, I know that's the name of your game, but that doesn't really mean everything in the entire world has to be a cube. Alright. Is there a way I can make that jump? I don't think so. Okay. And that hits that, goes that way. And this was the walled off section. And on the other side of this wall was that other light beam, which doesn't seem like it has any purpose. I'm not sure if there was a purpose here. Was there a door blocking this? It would have been nice if they had differentiated the doors. Like, this feels like this was a door, but I have no clue because I can't really tell because it all just looks like different scales of gray on the wall. There's like a portal-esque thing, and we're sliding back down again. So they're doing the portal thing again. And one assumes there was nothing actually in those sections. This is glass. We've got a bunch of reds. And we've got a bunch of clear things. Yeah, when I'm standing here, apparently my feet aren't getting fully set, so I can't jump out of that. Interesting. Over here, it's nothing. There could be a secret passage in any of these walls. As somebody who kind of knows wiring and electrical and network wiring, it doesn't make a lot of human sense to run wires this way. Man, I might be stuck. I might actually be stuck. Because you don't have any like outlets or connectors or insulation. You wouldn't really just want to encase your wires in a alright, found the one spot where I could get my feet flat so that which by the way you don't see your feet, so that I could then jump out. Like, this does, like, if you were going with this cube idea, you wouldn't run the wires inside the cubes. You just wouldn't. And frankly, you really wouldn't be running wires this thick either. Like, I guess in the horrible sci-fi movie Cube, I guess I'm kind of glad that nobody ever pulled apart any of the wiring or anything in the Cube, because that would have probably been disappointing too. So I imagine what I'm supposed to do is something like this. Alright. What they want us to do, I imagine, is push as much of this as far away as possible. Okay. Alright. But my question that's going to be asked here is, how can I get the others to follow that? Because I can do something like this, and then do something like this. And then I can pull this out perfectly fine. But what I need this to do is something like that. Okay. Are we there yet? Not yet. Alright, that should be good. Okay. Let's just see if we can get a couple of these to twist and line up. Alright. So this one can stay where it is, and just kind of need this to go here and here real quick. And that might have been a mistake, but it might not be. Alright. So now all of these should be slightly, just ever so slightly, so I just need to move a little bit. That might work, but I kind of doubt it. Let's see. Alright. So we've got this one that needs to go further this direction. So it probably should have been on the other side. Now that I look at it. Yeah. These are close though. Closer than it might seem. Okay, so let's reset everything. And let's see how we can do this. So what I think I'll do to get this to work the best way is I'll just work with it like this so that everything is really tight. I'll let it hit each wall, and by hitting each wall I know I've lined it up with a nice and a square section. Alright. There we go. So these are lined up fine. Actually, now that I look at it, it actually just needs to go this other direction, doesn't it? Lining that up, and then switch this the other direction. Alright. now is the difficult part, because we have to convince this and this to move just a little bit, but not too much. Is that enough? Hope that works. And see, we kind of do that, and I'm hoping if I do this, that might twist this so that works. Okay. Now push this out and push this out. This is gonna be so tight though. I don't feel like there's a way to twist this around, because like I'm gonna have to maybe there's a way to twist this around that would make this make a little bit more sense. What if we were to do this? Alright, we went too far there. And then bring these two that way. And then bring this direction. And we'll just line everything up this way. I mean, that's nice and square. So it only is really going to come down to now, can I get these to not become uncooperative? Alright. Alright. This is gonna be tight. Real tight, and you're not at a great angle here. So ideally I'm gonna try and do this in little bursts. Alright. Seriously, did I mess this up somehow? Maybe by moving switching these two around, I made a mistake. What if we were to fix it by doing this? That was definitely a mistake, but whatever. Okay. I need this. See, I kind of think I've got this. It's just really a matter of finagling it and also cheating the system in parts. Interesting how this is just spinning. Well, we're 10 minutes over, so that's going to be it for this recording. I'm going to have to reset this, put these back in their original version. Obviously, I need a little bit of the orientation here to make that work, but the general concept seems right. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.